All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm trying to get where you can see the things you need to see. and we're going to make a pineapple cheese ball. So I'll go over the ingredients, I guess, first. I had to search and search for my recipe. And then so I went to my own food blog that I've put a link to the recipe on my channel. And I printed it off and I've put it in my new Our Favorites cookbook that I'm putting together that'll contain just the recipes that we actually love to use over and over for our own little family. So this is a pineapple cheese ball. I got this recipe from Scott's mom years ago, back when she still did weddings. She used to cater weddings and she did wedding cakes. So she taught me how to do this, and I thought I'd come on and work with you all. So you need 2 packages of cream cheese, and you need to set these out so they warm up a little, because in the recipe it says to cream it with a fork by pressing a fork in it. I have a KitchenAid mixer, so I'm just going to use my KitchenAid mixer. So you need 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. Then you're going to need an 8 1/4 ounce can of crushed pineapple that you need to let drain. You want to get a good bit of this moisture out. You don't want the juice, you just want the pineapple. So I've already set that up to drain while we're working on everything else. Then you need chopped pecans, which I bought. And this is exactly, well, this is 2 1/2 cups. So I have a half a cup more than I need, but that's okay because that half a cup could be thrown into a batch of chocolate chip cookies. And then you need 1/4 cup of finely chopped bell pepper. Well, this is going to be part of my sister's get together for our Christmas gathering that we're going to do this Sunday. So I got a green pepper and a red pepper, and I'm only going to chop up 1/4 cup of both of, combined, they will make 1/4 cup. So I'll get a 1/4 cup measure out. And then you need 2 tablespoons of finely chopped onion. So you only need a little bit of onion and peppers, really. And then you need a tablespoon of the seasoned salt. I got the Lowry's because that's what's in the cabinet. And I'm going to get more, a different style of cracker. I picked these up yesterday. The sea salt dipping thins. I've never used these. But I want to get some car crackers, the ones that maybe have a little bit of seeds or something in them, just for something different. I might get a variety of crackers, and that way everybody can choose the cracker that they would like. So we're going to get started on this. Basically, we're going to get the cream cheese into the mixer and let it mix. And then gradually stir in your pineapple, a cup of the pecans, the onion, the bell pepper, and the salt. So we'll get this going and get it creamed. There's a recipe inside for cream cheese and sausage stuffed croissants and snickerdoodle cheesecake bars. Interesting. And I don't just plop this in as a solid brick. It'll work up that way, but I like to cut mine in sections. My hands are clean. I just washed them. grandmother would say, get every last drop of that because you paid for it. All right, I'm going to toss the labels. Then I'm going to go ahead and get that one started while I do up the next one. And the KitchenAid mixer, it just makes it a little easier. Oh, this is awesome, but you do want to make it up a day or two before you need it. You're going to, for whatever your event, because you want all of the seasonings to meld together. So this is it looks very festive when you get it all together. I might even use my tiny little food processor I got for my 5-year reward for working at Michael's. They had a rewards catalog. You could choose something for your fifth year there, or your 10th year, blah, 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 blah. But they had a lot of jewelry and that kind of stuff. That's just not me. I do. I made this apron. Let me do this real quick. I made this apron and it's reversible. So I made two aprons and put them and then turned them right side out and then added the bias tape at the top up here. They're fun to make. But, back to the catalog. I said, I am such a practical person. This jewelry means nothing to me. I would never wear it. So what's the point? So finally, I get toward the back of the catalog, and there's this tiny little food processor. I said, that's for me. That's for me. So I'll get that out here in a minute. That way I can cut the pepper up really fine because you really want it fine. I mean, I could do it with a knife, but if you've got the tool, why not use it, right? Yep, you coat this cheese ball with pecans too. This will get rinsed and go in recycling. I have already washed the pepper. All right, so we're gonna let that set, and I only need a little bit. Let me wipe the cream cheese off this because it'll just slide all over that pepper if I don't clean this knife off a little bit. All right, so I need basically 2 tablespoons of green and 2 tablespoons of red to get the 1/4 cup. So I'll just cut like so. And then I can save this pepper and use it on something else. That's about right. And we'll just chop this up into smaller pieces because my tiny little food processor is very tiny. So if I get these down to about that size, and my mother-in-law is real big about getting all the white membrane out of the inside of the pepper because she says it makes everything bitter. She said that's where the bitterness is. So get rid of that. She always made me get rid of that. So I do. She trained me. All right, so we'll get the little food processor out. And I'll chop these peppers up. And then I need 2 tablespoons of the onion. I'm going over to the trash can. I'm just taking the peel off the onion. Right. So, and I just eyeball this. Okay, what looks like 2 tablespoons. So if you do that, and then you do this in half, that's about a tablespoon each. By the time it's chopped up real fine. I will have to go to the other side of the kitchen to chop this stuff up because I think this, Callie, I'm sorry. This outlet is already full. Honey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on your paw. She said, yes, you did. You did it on purpose. So this is my little food, Proctor Silex food thing. This is where all the graters are above the kitchen cabinet. And they all want to fall on me now. All right. It's got pepper and seasoning on it. I didn't clean that. This has been cleaned real well. I guess the machine didn't get the thorough cleaning it should have gotten. I'm just going to pop these in there. Oh, you can't even see. I'm just throwing these in here. And then I can pop this lid on. And then to turn it on, you just twist the top and it goes. So I'll be right back as soon as I get this chopped up. I've got a lot of cooking plans for today. Not all of it will be live, but get a little spoon. Kind of get it away from the sides and chop a little bit more. I love this little best reward I've ever gotten. That looks pretty good. It has to be washed by hand, so I'm just going to set it in the sink and let it stink, like my grandmother used to say. So here you go, and this just lifts out. And this is just so handy and fast. It beats sitting there chopping this stuff super fine by hand. Because it's got a starchy value to the vegetable, I'm going to rinse it because once it sticks on, it's hard to get it off that knife blade. And you don't want to mess around. So I'm going to pick this up and put the peppers and onion in. And see, it'll look festive because it's green and red. I could actually chop the pecans up, or pecans up, pecans. All right, there's that. Some more in there. And we'll put the pineapple in, which you want to drain really well. I used to drink the fruit juice, but I don't anymore because that's like instant sugar and not good for a diabetic. But I might save it if I decide I want a cocktail later because I can add it to a cocktail. So I'll have to put the peppers and onions up. And I got the 1/4 cup measure, but you saw how well I used that. All right, so now we're going to mix this up. And we needed some pecans in here as well. A cup of the pecans. And they say they're chopped, but you can see there's still some big pieces in there. They're chopped pretty good. I did a deep clean on my kitchen just for y'all. What is that? I've never seen an orange pecan. I think I'm going to pick that out. Sorry, I can't watch chat and use something sharp like that. So, all right, I'm going to put this cup of pecans in. The chefs are all going, oh, she's using the blade and the knife. Blah, blah, blah. It's okay. It's okay. All right. A tablespoon of the Lowry seasoning salt. Now, I know you think that's a lot, but it's a cheese ball. All right, put that in there. You love my kitchen? It's got pickled cabinets. You can see this one gets all the stuff dropped down the front. And it makes it impossible to get them super clean. No matter how many times I wipe them, there's always something stuck in a groove. So there's that. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's get a spatula and just scrape all the goodness off the beater. And it looks really too runny to be a ball right now, but it's going to sit in the fridge and it firms up. All right. I'll need to find something to put that juice in. And this is something you could make up and take anywhere. Like I'm taking this to my sister Rhonda's house on Sunday. So I'm making this today so that it can sit in the fridge and get all melded together and be yummy. All right. I've got a big pork roast in cold water. So I can get it in the slow cooker in about an hour. I'll braise it in a pan and then put it in the slow cooker. All right. And this is why you want to drain your pineapple. I probably should have drained the pineapple in the refrigerator overnight to make sure all the liquid got out, because you can see this is pretty, it's like a spread right now, and it's supposed to be a ball. So now I'll mix that some more right before we do what we need to do. Shape it into a ball and then roll it in remaining nuts. But you're going to say, how are you going to get that in a ball? You do it with the plastic wrap. So let's get the other cup of nuts in here, because I want these to be in smaller, all uniform smaller pieces. And there's enough for a batch of cookies later, and that'll go up in the cabinet. I'm going to, this I didn't even use, so we'll throw it back in the drawer. I'm going to move the things that need to be dealt with out of the way. Move this to the other side of the kitchen. Not going to worry about the seasoning salt on there. All right. We'll chop these up and then we'll make it into a ball. Yeah, I went over this one with the Lysol with peroxide and wiped the cabinets all down and everything. I need to crochet hats like a mad woman today. So that's what I'm going to do in Renee's crafting chat. Is I'm just going to sit and crochet one hat after another. I've got one nearly finished. And I like the second pattern I tried yesterday. The first one I need to sit quiet by myself because I can't listen to a conversation and figure out that first pattern, because I've never done increases the way that pattern wanted me to do the increases. So that's all there is to making this cheese ball. The most important thing is the time you leave it in the fridge to firm up. And I'm probably just going to use like one of my salad bowls or a soup bowl to kind of hold it into form. And it says to wrap it in plastic wrap, so that's what we'll do. I have done it with wax paper as well, but I know some places don't have wax paper, but I'm thinking wax paper is a lot like greaseproof paper in the UK. If you don't have plastic wrap or something like that. All right, I'm going to just close this because I got a note on there. It says best done the day before, but I would say even 2 days before. And that way it melds together and gets real yummy. All right, let's see. I need to be able to put the plastic down. I'm going to move the nuts over here out of the way for just a minute, and I'll bring them right back over. So you're going to lay a piece of plastic down. The crackers come into play later. Come here, kitty. Hold that out of the way. There you go. Heather's looking for her remote control. Nope, hadn't seen it. It's probably fallen between the cushions. Hi, Raul. Hi, Sherry. Let's see, who all's here? This is really yummy, too. I mean, I could sit with crackers and be bad and eat a bunch of this, but I'm trying so hard to be good. All right. I have a love-hate relationship with this new cutter thing on there. Sometimes I love to use it, and other times it's like, oh, would you just get out of the way and let me just tear it? All right, so now we're going to spread those nuts out on here. I'll have to do my hand washables after I get the roast going, because right now it's kind of in the way. All right. You're going to spread this out. Okay. Pop this open here. Kind of shove that out of the way a little bit. I kind of got lucky. The pecans were on sale and the cream cheese was on sale. And all right, I'm going to try to put this in the dead center of this mass of pecans here. All right, so we're just going to scoop this out kind of in the way, but it's the only way I can hold this. Scoop it out in the middle. This makes me think of that movie, Relative Strangers. And Danny DeVito's telling her, what have I told you about those cheese balls? Or no, hairnet. He didn't like her hairnet. All right. Yes, my hands are clean. All right. So then it's mounded up like that. Oh, no. Now I have to wash my hands again because I tasted my fingers. And I don't know what I did with that other towel. I'll get another one out of the drawer. Oh, thank you, Raul. That's sweet of you. All right. I'm going to lift this side up and just lay it in there. Lift this side up and lay it in there. Pull this up. Pull this one up. And you just keep working it until it's ball form. All right, so I'm going to pull this up like this. Pull this one up like this. And then I'll get another piece of plastic wrap and I'm going to lift it all up on it. And wrap it the other way. Here. All right. Just trying to get a hold of it. And then we'll go this way with it. Then we can pull this side over here. And this side here. Whoops. Don't want to get a bunch of creases in the plastic. All right, and then I'll just get one of the bowls out of here. I'll just use one of these. I'll just lift this up. And it will firm up. And then when you take the plastic off to move it to your serving dish, what you can do is you can take some of that leftover bell pepper and you can make like a holiday decoration, like just cut a few little circles out of the red and then cut some leaves out. And you can just stick them on the top of this to decorate it for presentation purposes of the bell pepper. So that's what I'll probably do. So there's that. That's the Chinese pineapple cheese ball. And I hope you guys will give it a try. I know your families would love it. Aw, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. It got a little messy. And if you're really worried about it and you want it to be pristine, when you unwrap it, you could pop a little bit more pecans on the top of it to cover up this cream cheese. But that just looks so yummy. And now I'll put a note on it and tell Scott and Greg, this is for Sunday at Rhonda's. Don't touch it. All right. So thanks for hanging with me. I don't know if you guys would want to maybe tomorrow make the snickerdoodles with me. They're a lot of fun to make, super easy. Oh yeah, some rosemary. Let me show you my rosemary plant. It's got issues. It's been in the window. Scott says he thinks it's too cold next to this window. I cut it back, just trying to tell it to quit trying to be big for a minute and get your roots sorted. You've never had a snickerdoodle? Okay, well, I'll do those tomorrow because I got to wash all these dishes I just used before I can do that. Plus, I think I need real butter. I think I'm out. All right, so I'll see you guys tomorrow and we'll make some snickerdoodles together. All right, take care. Happy cooking.